I don't see anybody representing the vulnerable people here in Nakuru County. The seat of a woman rep is to put social. You don't take to bunge people who cannot talk about you and people who cannot articulate issues. Our government has failed us. Our country has gone to the dogs. Get the political part right through electing good leaders like Mama Soko, who've been tested and tried.
What is this you did before? Who is Mama Soko?
Thank you very much, Jose. I want to introduce myself. I am Eunice Mama Soko Murithi. Mama Soko is my street name that eventually became my name. So everybody refers me as Mama Soko. I got my name from the market. I am a market woman. I went to the market as a young girl, and eventually Mama Soko became my street name. So Mama Soko is real, and it is true I am a Mama Soko.
You know, the reason why I've started asking that question, because most people expected to see maybe an old lady coming here because Mama Soko. Mm-hmm. And I wanted you to clarify and tell us why Mama Soko. You know, Soko can be two different things.
Yes.
But thank you very much, and welcome to this weekly program of the Truth Seat. Mama Soko, this is where we talk the truth.
Yes.
And it's good to remind people that this program is brought to you courtesy of Tiankara. I told you, whenever you see me in Kitenge, whenever you see me in Ankara, these all come from Tiankara. This is Nakuru branch. But they have different branches in this country. Eldoret, Nakuru, 2 branches, Nairobi, and also in Australia and in South Africa. So welcome. Today I'm hosting Mama Soko, an aspirant women rep, Nakuru County. You know, Nakuru, they say ni kivumbi. So Mama Soko, why did you choose to vie for maybe women rep? And I thought women rep is stressing all over the county, but MP, maybe it's just within local, and you are going to the same parliament.
Thank you very much. You first of all asked me, you expected to see me here in Akiondo.
Yes.
And I would like to tell my people from Nakuru County that Soko means market. And everything we do, just like now you have done a Soko, you advertised for Ankara. That means that is Soko. Selling your car is Soko. Selling anything is Soko. So Soko is a very great name, and that is why I went to the market. And most of the times, market people are looked upon, and people think they're lesser, people think they're not educated, people think they're down there. But what I would like to tell our viewers today is that education is not edible. Everybody has to do something to put food on the table. And as you realize in our country today, is that we lack employment. We are very much affected by the economy because there's nothing to do. Most of the people, since I left school a long time ago, every year we have people injected out of school, graduates from different levels. So for this, I want to tell a young man, a young girl who is somewhere, anybody who doesn't have something to do, they went to school and they're still seeking for employment. A bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush. Try to do something as you wait to get to the destination where you had thought that you would be. Basically, we have a lot of ambitions, matters different ways of life. But you realize most of the times we fall into places that we never thought we would. That is one of the scenarios. So that is the reason as to why I went to the market, because I knew the amount of education I have cannot feed me. I could only do something to feed myself and my children. Again, for the people who have gone to school, we never go to school to be employed. We go to school to invent ways and making life easier for people, come with innovations like what you're doing in this studio today. When I look around, I can see you have employed about 4 people here already. You have a marketer, you have someone in the studio, you have a producer. That means you've already employed some people here. So the reason as why people go to the school is to employ people, to come up with innovations that can eventually employ people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Maybe you can tell us what inspired you to run for the position of women representative, and what qualities do you think make a strong candidate? Because I know there are many candidates out there.
Yes.
And I know you are right now you are more than 9. I don't know. I don't know anyway. Maybe you are about more than 9. What makes you feel that you are maybe you have the stamina to do this?
Yes. Thank you very much. Again, Jose, matters leadership is passion. And I heard you asking me that why woman rep and not a member of parliament. One is that a woman leader who is the woman rep, otherwise known as the county member of parliament, is a member of parliament too. They sit together with the member of parliament elected at the sub-county level, which is the constituency. And the only difference is that the woman rep articulates issues on matters people who are disadvantaged. And I always say that people who are disadvantaged are everywhere. And I want to put out the notion that woman rep is a seat that represents only women. No, it's a lie. A woman rep is a seat that represents men, women, young people, children, and people living with disabilities. Meaning what? Meaning that at all these categories, we have people who are disadvantaged. And my passion as a person and as a leader, this is a group that has been left behind all the times, and is a group that I would like to take care of. And I know most of the time you mentioned that we are too many. Some people do not know even why the woman rep seat is there. You have an extra duty. That is even why your area of coverage is quite big. An MP has only one constituency, and in our case here in Nakuru County, we are 11 constituencies. So you are multiplied into 11 constituencies. You are also a legislator. The work of an MP is to legislate, is to represent, and also is to make law. So those duties, a woman representative has an extra duty to take care of the people. And that is my passion. That's what I like to do. I have done it before, and I know it can work.
What is this you did before?
Just to put you up to speed. As I told you, my street name is Mama Soko, which came from the market. I worked in the market, and the people there called me Mama Soko. And I vied as a member of county assembly in Naivasha, a ward called Viwandani, and I won on a ticket of a small political party called Mazingira Green Party of Kenya. And I represented my people. Part of the people that I did for the disadvantaged people were putting up classrooms for children with disability. I did take men to school to get themselves the ANC cards. Those are the mercenaries who do building work. And that's why I'm saying that I started this work a long time ago. You realize that sometimes men are so disadvantaged, nobody takes care of them. And men in my area needed to have those cards so they could go to build houses. And they could not be allowed to be in a construction site without education and without those certificates. So I did that. I also have done markets for people who come to trade in the market. Meaning what? Meaning that I said earlier that everybody is represented there. And when I was giving away these sheds, I started with the vulnerable people. PWDs, those who are in the markets, and also the people who had little children and the old people who work in the market. Because you see, in these positions, people are not able to fight for their position if they are disadvantaged. So I started practicing that a long time ago. I've done other several things like engaging young people to have small skills like driving, like going to a polytechnic and doing some courses. This again is for the disadvantaged people. So I know that I'm capable and I have capability to represent people at that level.
Maybe you tell us, is this the first time you are vying for women representative? Because the last time, maybe, when were you the member of County Assembly? Which year?
Oh yes, I was a member of County Assembly between 2013 to 2017. So in the following year, I did not vie.
Is this the first time you're vying for the women representative?
No, it's the second time. 2022, I did vie on a political party called Ubuntu People's Forum. But as it were, I did not manage, but I got a good chunk of votes. I did get about 102,000 votes on the ticket of Ubuntu People's Forum. And the reason as to why I had joined that political party is because I was a strong believer that Nakuru County should have a political party. Because, in our area, we are cosmopolitan. And for that reason, it will tell you that we are sometimes not in Rift Valley, we are sometimes not in the central, we are somewhere just in the middle. But I'm happy now that we have a political party that belongs to all mwananchis, that is called DCP. And that is where I belong now.
So you have already announced and you have already declared that you are vying with the party, DCP party?
Yes, I've declared already.
Nasikiza ground.
Nasikiza ground.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Listening to the ground. Yes.
I've seen you in different forums, in the vehicles up there. What motivates you? You know, sometimes we've seen you in vehicles there with Gachagua and all that.
Yes.
What motivates you maybe to be this strong and, fujo mingi, unajua this lady, unajua that's Mama Soko there.
Well, the motivation is because I find there's a gap. When you realize that there's a gap, you need to cover up for that gap. And the gap is that the work that is being done is not good. I don't see anybody representing the vulnerable people here in Nakuru County. You realize that the current member of parliament, county member of parliament, or rather woman rep, Chelule to be precise, has not left any footprints for that work. And I'll tell you clearly, the seat of a woman rep is very strong and can help people so much. It's a connector between the county government and the national government. A woman rep is elected from the county. A woman rep can sit in the county, but she does her work from the national parliament. Meaning that woman rep is the glue that puts the people together between the county government and the national government. A woman rep is supposed to work with all the leaders, the MCAs, the senator, the governor, and even the local leaders. Because you notice the information that we seek for vulnerable people is at the village. And you have to get that information from people down there. So in essence, the woman rep seat is an interesting seat, very good seat that can help the people. So the reason as to why I'm interested with it is because I identified a gap and I want to bridge the gap.
Congratulations. I can tell you are aggressive.
Thank you.
That is one thing I can maybe comment and say. Maybe you can tell us, how do you plan to address the unique challenges faced by women in your, maybe women and also young people in the community? And what experiences have you prepared for this role?
Well, the question is quite big.
And if you still, while addressing that, I'm so much passionate, and maybe I'm known because of issues to do with drugs. And I can see a lot of young people are drowning day by day in addiction and all that. Mm-hmm. Maybe as you address this, because this is also a challenge, I wish you can join these two questions and maybe tell us maybe things to do with the drugs. Do you think in your seat, as you respond to the first question, do you think in the seat of the women rep, what do you think they can do, especially in matters to do with drugs?
Well, that is the work of the woman rep. I want to tell people again, in our Nakuru County, my good people, my good supporters, the seat of a woman rep is to put social order.
Mheshimiwa, can you repeat that again? Because I think that's new to me. What is the work? That's the work of a woman rep?
Yes, that's the work of a woman rep. The woman rep's work is to put social order. You realize in our communities, everybody has almost become vulnerable. Drug, alcohol abuse and substance, things are too bad now. With the lack of employment, things get very heavy until young people are drowned. Initially, we knew that alcohol was for only old men and men who had achieved a certain age. But now it's so shocking that it is between the young girls, young men, and even men of middle age and even women. And it is putting our social order in an awkward position. If we don't have parents, if we don't have people that we can look up to, then our society is collapsing. This thing has to be addressed, and candidly, by the woman rep. That is the work of a woman rep, to know why are people drowning that way and coming up with solutions.
Yeah.
When you find a problem, like I said, we are bridging the gap about these issues, is to tell you that we need to come out with a problem, the case study, and come out with a solution. What I am aware about as at now is that lack of employment has caused the young people to go that way. There's a lot of desperation. People expected too much from going to school, eventually which never happened. Now they look for comfort elsewhere. But I can tell you that in Nakuru County, it's not all lost. Our county is a rich county, full of resources, full of good people, full of good things. The only thing that we have wavered from is the order. If we can get this issue of corruption out of our county and out of our country, I think we are going to go ahead. And I'm seeking my people that this time they may vet all the leaders that are coming to them, so that even if I am elected as a good leader and my other one is not elected as a good leader, we will not be able to combine efforts to bring a solution to what we are going through. About the vulnerable women out there, and also the vulnerable men and the children, I will tell you, we are really suffering in our county here in Nakuru County. In the recent past, you will find that there are people who are killing children, which is a very sad story. There are people who are killing others and also committing suicide, young people. I'll tell you, in the recent past, I attended a funeral in a place called Karirikania in Molo, which is a border between Molo and Kurisoi. And it was a very sad story. A young man, the age of 33, killed the wife, 25 years of age. And they were living well. The young man was doing well. He was well-to-do. And when we looked at the situation, we could not find answers. But a story for another day. I could read some lines in between the eulogy, which will be the work of a woman rep. I will not mention it here, to solve on those issues. So, what I would like Nakuru people to know is that our county is endowed with a lot of resources, a lot of talent, like what we are having here, Jose, on this studio, the truth seat. This pure talent. We have young people who are doing sporting here. We have young people who are doing magnetic theater. We have young people who have all manner of talents. Singers, dancers, even designers. And what I am happy about is that now people have come to accept that they can do jobs by their own hands and they find dignity in what they are doing. And I'll tell the young people equally that I was a young person when I was going to the market. And I kept telling the people that put dignity to your work. Love your work. Treat it with a lot of dignity and pride. Pride in it. And when people see you, they'll respect you. It doesn't matter what you're doing, because without the cobra who makes the shoe, we don't have shoes.
Sure.
Without that person who does plumbing, the systems in the house are going to collapse. So we need everybody on board. And at most, let's come out with our talents. Those who can do sporting, let them come out. Those who do designing, let them come out. Those who do music, let them come out. Those who do DJ, let them come out. You will notice all these works are intertwined and none can go without the other.
Wow. Maybe you can also tell us what role do you see yourself playing in promoting women's economic empowerment, addressing issues like gender-based violence? Because the issue of gender-based violence, it has become so common. And maybe in your position as a leader, can you address maybe what is your take? Maybe.
Well, I will tell my people that there are three things, but not the usual things that you're usually told on the streets here. The three things are socio-economical and political issues. And these three things are intertwined. And I will let you know that the minister in the house is a political part. Because the social and economical are driven by the political. A good road will come from the political. Why? Through the people that you're going to elect, and they are going to enact law, and they are going to represent you, and they are also going to oversight what is being done in the parliament and by the people who've been given other roles in our communities, or rather in our county or in our executive part as the presidential part. So the political part is so important. And I always give an example. When you go to buy an item like a phone, you keep asking, does it work? Does it have a good camera? What is the pixel? How does it operate? Whereas you can just go and ask for a phone and you'll get it and it will operate. But we have these questions. So I want to tell my people, it is time to rise up and get the political part right. How are we going to get the political part right? Through electing good leaders like Mama Soko, who've been tested and tried and who have got a track record. What have they done in the past? What is the return in the community? Do people know them? What is their capability? What is their qualification? That needs to be known. For in the parliament, people compete for resources. If you're not able to articulate issues properly and the needs of your people, the bus is going to pass and you'll be thrown under that bus. So matters GBV, gender-based violence, is a big thorn in the flesh. And GBV is being caused by the desperation that has been brought by the social and economical issues. You find people are arguing about a small thing, they're in the house, and if your good wife tells you, I need you to buy me a new dress, our son doesn't have a pair of good shoes. And when the young man remembers he's been out there toiling and he cannot find a coin, he starts becoming hostile. That is the economical part. The social issue has started depreciating. We need to address the economical part through political, by legislation, oversight, and representation. That is what the people in Nakuru County need to know. We can bridge this gap and this monster called GBV. And also what I said about killing of young children, killing of young girls, through people realizing about themselves, through civic education. We need to civic educate our people. What is the meaning of civic? Being civil, knowing how to do things in the correct way, so that you don't batter your friend. Because I guess when people are together, GBV is gender-based violence. Why do you want to fight your fellow friend? I thought by the time you're coming together, you're fast friends. So this needs to be addressed, and this is the work of a woman rep to come up with programs that will educate the people and show them what is right and what is wrong. And also come up with small programs where people can sit together and be seen to speak. Just say, I know you're a survivor of alcohol addiction. And here you are doing a brilliant job. I know you have a foundation that is doing the same to the young people. You're bridging that gap. And when I am the woman rep, I endeavor want to support programs like this. So then we can have programs in every village. And I find also men have gone into the oblivion. And once they are of a certain age, nobody thinks about them. You're 35, people say you're a young person. Above 35, you are 36, you cannot get the fund that is given for young people. You are a young man. You have started forming a family. You don't have a place that you can get even funding. You start being forgotten. You are at 40, nobody realizes that you are there. Some of the men who got some employment, and maybe it's not working very well, they go to retirement. Nobody realizes that they are there. I want to clarify here and to say candidly that without the men, we don't have a nation. We must bring our men straight and put the social order in place. What are we going to do? Me as the woman rep, I want to make some social spaces for men where they can have their grouping, they can play indoor games like darts, like pool, and then they can speak together without discrimination. Because women usually have social places to go. Sisi tuko na chama, we have chama, where me and your wife and my neighbor usually meet and talk and pour our issues out. And we have someone who can pat your back. But for the men, it doesn't happen. So as your woman rep, I want to do that for you as a man.
Now, maybe we shift gears a little bit.
Yes.
Kenya is the only country that want to be like another country. Are you in support that we are going to Singapore? Are you in support? Do you see Kenya in Singapore?
This is a laughing matter. Nobody wants to be like the other person.
Yes.
You want to be yourself. We already have a very good country called Kenya. Everybody envies Kenya. What has spoiled this Kenya is a bad presidency. A bad presidency put through by the political people or the politicians, the political class, that's what I want to say. What have they done? They're telling you that your country is not good. They want you to go to another country. They want your country to be like another country. Fellow men, fellow women, my fellow country people, did you know that Singapore is the size of Nairobi? Our country is much more better. Our country is endowed with many things. Space, we have human resource. And if you do not know, Singapore usually export their human resource, which we have here. We don't want to be another country. We are happy where we are, and we are going to polish up our country until it becomes good Kenya. And we are beginning now. So it's a laughing matter to hear the president saying that our country is going to become Singapore. It will never happen. It can't happen. And it's not acceptable. We are Kenyans. We have our country, Kenya. And we are going to polish our country to make it look so good that it can become the #1 country in the world. And let me tell you something. Yes. A lot of innovations have been done here in Kenya, including the M-Pesa, that everybody wants to know what happens. Look at our young people with the innovations. Look at the way technology has grown. Kenya is one of the countries that has really done well matters technology. So we can even do better than other countries. Our human resource has been exported to other countries. And I also want to mention issues like the way our country has taken our children to Russia to kill them there. It is wrong. Mr. President, it is wrong. Bring back our children. Bring back our young people to work here, to work for this nation, so that our nation can move forward. Look at the way young women have been taken to Saudi Arabia in the Gulf. They are mistreated, they are killed, they are maimed, they come back here in coffins. It is not allowed, and we are asking you, Ministry of Labor, bring back our people. I know a young man who supports me called Fire Gaddafi. The mother went to the Gulf, Saudi Arabia, 17 years ago. She's been closed in there. She cannot come. They have confiscated her papers. Why? What is the Ministry of Labor doing? They promised to give jobs out there, and I don't know why. The reason as to why any government is elected into place is to bring solution to its people. Our government has failed us. It is telling us we're only going to get employment from outside, whereas we know we have people who can invest here, but the country has made it very difficult for investors to even come here and the local investors to even invest because of bribery, asking for high taxes that has killed even what we had as factories here. That is the result of GBV, men and women getting dragged and submerging themselves in alcohol, substance abuse. Mr. President, you're going to wake up. People believed in you. But 3 years down the line, our country has gone to the dogs. That is why we're even saying that our country can become another country. We cannot. It is not possible. We have to make our own country. And we are saying, bring back our people and allow investors, local and even international, to work here. The weather is good. The raw material is here. The young people are here. We have good brains. We can work. So please, we want to see something done.
Mheshimiwa, tell people what you will do for them. Omba kura in these few minutes zenye zimebaki. You know, we have talked about everything that
Yes.
we have talked about, but maybe I'll give you this opportunity now to tell people, nichagueni vote for me because
Yes.
I am this and this and this, maybe in 3 minutes as we wind up.
Thank you very much. My good people, my Nakuru people, you remember when we read in books, Nakuru was the cleanest town. It's no longer the same way. It has been dirtified through corruption, through bad work, through electing wrong leaders. I want to beseech you that this one time, as you elect me to put me in office, to do representation, legislation, and oversight, and more so to represent the vulnerable people, men, women, young people, children, people living with disability. I want to ask you to give me the vote because I'm tried and tested. Like I've told you there before, I have been elected as a leader, and I always say my CV sits down at the county assembly because I sat there in many committees, amongst them budget committee, lands committee, house business committee, tourism committee, selection committee, and I think 2 others. I was a second deputy speaker in the county assembly, in the speaker's panel. I know what it entails to sit in Bunge. Now, my people, the work of a woman rep, as I said, is social order and to represent those people that we have talked about. And I am capable, qualified to do that job. And I have done it before. We want to put our county into order and be the happiest county, because the work of a woman rep is to make people happy, not by selling ice cream, making them comfortable, by including all the others. As I told you, woman rep is the glue that puts people together, by bringing everybody on board and saying, if this is what is happening, how can we give a solution? So I know I will represent you in a good way. And let me tell you, you don't take to Bunge people who cannot talk about you and people who cannot articulate issues. First of all, everybody must exhibit that they are able to articulate issues concerning them in their areas of where they are going to be elected. And my business is to represent that child who lives far away, in a faraway village, in Krishoi South, in Naivasha, in Gilgil, in Subukia, in Bahati, Town, Nakuru Town East, Nakuru Town West, Rongai, all the 11 constituencies, Molo and Joro included. All the very far villages, anybody who is under pressure, anybody who is in need, that is the work of a woman rep. Not forgetting, the budget making process is a very important process in the parliament. And that's where everything begins. That is why you say you need this for your people. You must be in cahoot, or you must be together with other people, different committees representation. You talk to them so that even in the different state departments in the government, be it in agriculture, be it in education, be it in health, be it in any, even in tourism, you realize that our county is a touristic site. We have good hotels here. People come here for holidays. You need to represent your people from at that level. And that is what I want to do. I am sure you know I can do that because I've done it before. And we will be meeting here and there for more questions so that you can know what I'm able to do. And you add me more weight because I believe in you, and I believe this seat does not belong to me. It belongs to you. And I'm also telling the Nakuru people that create the leader that you want to see. Create them, fix their ears, fix their eyes, fix their legs and their hands, So that when you call them out, they can hear you. I also want to tell that I belong to the DCP political party. The young people, go for your voters' cards, register as a voter, because going to the streets will not help us. They will maim you, they will kill you, we will lose you. We don't want to lose anybody. We tried that, it didn't work. We lost many young people. Akina Masai, in the recent past, we lost Ojwang. For reasons that you all know, we feel very pained as women and as leaders to see those things happening. So, pick your voter's card, register with the political party that you like. I belong to DCP. Please register with my party for the purposes of nomination. We are sitting, many people, and we'll go through a nomination, whereby it calls for you to look out for that leader you think is going to represent you well. And I am very hopeful, and I know I am the right leader to be taken in as the next woman rep for Nakuru County 2027 through DCP. My leader is Rigathi Gachagua, and he will be coming to Nakuru on the 27th. Kindly be part of us, to welcome him, to make him our king, because he is. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. In fact, I wanted you to touch on that point of, I know your party leader will be visiting Nakuru.
Yes.
Which date?
On 27th and the 28th. And we'll start at Mai Mahiu. Mai Mahiu will be there at around 10. We come all the way to Naivasha, then to Gilgil, and we'll come all the way to Nakuru County, to Nakuru Town, Nakuru City. We'll be in the famous place called Kanu House, around there. And then the next day on 28th, we shall begin our journey from Bahati. We shall enter, I think it's Maili Sita, Ahero, I think Maili Kumi, all the way to Bahati Town, and again to Kabazi and to Subukia. And then our leader will proceed to Nyahururu. Yes, please come out in big numbers. We have to create our king. We don't want anyone creating the king for us. So in DCP, our only leader is Rigathi Gachagua Rigiji.
So thank you very much. And guess what, mtazamaji? Next week, she has also booked an appointment. And guess what? Next week, she will be telling us, between Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua, who is the truthful man? Maybe he will tell us, because sometimes we ask ourselves that question. This lady, huyu ni moto. Next week, don't miss this. So mtazamaji, we wind up our program there, and I want to remind you that the program was brought to you courtesy of Tiankara. They are the owners of this. You see this?
I think I'm also having an Ankara.
An Ankara. Yeah, something like that. So Tiankara, they are based in Nakuru. Their headquarters in Nakuru, but we also have a branch in Eldoret and also in Nairobi. So mtazamaji, we stop there. Till next time, we love you.